Continue, 1 of 8. Tab key toggle voiceover. P key in game party. Space key select. Continue, 1 of 8. Tab.
Alright, testing, 1, 2, 3, testing, 1, 2, 3. Alright, let's test with some noise. Testing, 1, 2, 3, testing. Alright guys, give me a couple minutes, let's see if anyone filters in, and we'll get started. A few minutes here. I'm going to check the volume levels on everything, and I'll be right back. Alright, testing, 1, 2, 3. Testing, 1, 2, 3. Alright guys, I'm going to go check that, make sure that's not distorted anymore, and I'll be right back. Testing. Distortion, come on, go away. Alright, hello YouTube, Nells&SonsGaming here. Today we're playing a little FarCry New Dawn. Before we get into it, my experience with this particular gaming franchise is none. Okay, I have I've never played a Far Cry game in my life. This happened to be on Steam for $10 when I was looking for good deals on some games. So I figured, hey, I'll throw $10 at it and see if it's any good. Now, I understand there is, 7 of these then now, or something like that. This came, I believe, after 5, and 6 is out now, if I'm correct. So this series has been around for quite some time. It just never really piqued my interest. Because as a gamer, I played first-person shooters all through the 90s, into the early 2000s, mid-2000s. I've been playing first-person shooters for, at this point, 30-plus years, or whatever it's been. Maybe not quite 30 years. But either way. And games had kind of moved away from the first-person shooter and went either over the shoulder third person or just a straight third person view, and I find that view more appealing myself personally. I like to have the ability to go into a first-person view like this, but then to be able to roll out into a much wider third-person view. That is just my preference when playing any sort of military or shooting game. I like actually how Fallout does it myself. As far as how you can go from into a straight first person just like this, and then come right back out into a third person. So with that said, I never invested in this series. What I was surprised to find is that at least this game is very similar to Fallout 3 and beyond. All the newer ones. Not Fallout 1 and 2, obviously. Those are more traditional turn-based RPGs. But, it has... The world has a very Fallout feel. At least this game. I can't comment on the other ones. I know nothing of the stories. And I realize with there being 7... that this is probably not the best one. Okay, so let's get that out of the way. I know that this is the only one I've played, so this is the only one I can comment on. So, I don't want to do... eventually I want to do a full review of this game. As my first experience in a Far Cry world. So, I want to actually finish it first. I believe I am... what? Oop. How many... Where does it tell you how many you have left? I'm not... I can't find it now. There's somewhere where it says how many story missions you have left. I think I have six story missions remaining. So I'm close to beating it. But not quite there. So I want to beat the game before I fully give it like a graded review. So then this I just want to kind of play it, and we'll talk about what I think of it. First of all, like the oh, hold on, here we go. We've got some action coming at us. Ooh. Okay, let's go. Oh, cat, get off. I got Nana with me. She's a beast. Nana's a beast. Oh, she got him. Still a guy on that other side. I think we're clear. Oh, that's a tanker, and I am right by. And oh, come on, no. Oh, this takes forever to reload. Don't damage that tanker. Draw the fire away. Oh, come on. Oh, come on. Don't take it from me. Oh, this is a disaster. Oh, come on. Man, I lost the tanker. Great. This is a great start. Anyway, we want to play the game. We're going to talk about it and what I think of it. We need to deal with this situation though first. This was dealt with and then got bad quick. Everything was under control. Alright. Damn it, Nana. We lost him. Oh! Okay. Great. Awesome. Okay. That's a great start. Okay, so I was going to talk about the world and kind of the visual of it, of this kind of post-nuclear apocalypse, I guess, scenario. They are relentless. Here they come. Okay. Get out of here. Alright. Anyway, this post-apocalyptic or post-nuclear fallout kind of world where you have the destructed buildings, the dilapidation, but you kind of have nature retaking the landscape. You have a lot of pinks, pink everywhere in this game. Probably a lot of yellow, majority pink though, to really kind of, I guess, draw your eye to the fact that nature is getting along just fine. It's kind of coming back. So I kind of like it. I wish they could have sprinkled in some other colors. It's like, yeah, I get it, flowers and all that, but flowers come in other colors besides pink. Not that I mind, it's not a big deal or whatever. It's the color they chose. That's fine. But I think it's unique. You see like Fallout, and it's a very, especially Fallout 3 was very brown. Everything was just brown and wood and no leaves or greenery really much of anywhere on that map. New Vegas in the desert, there was some green sprinkled in here and there, but again, a lot of just tans and browns. So this is like one of the first kind of games, like survival-ish games, where they've kind of went that approach where they're really showing, I guess other games have done it like in pockets or whatever, but like they're showing the entire map basically going back to nature, which is a pretty cool concept. I don't know if they built on that on the sixth one or the seventh one or whatever, Far Cry 6, whatever it's called. It'd be interesting to know if they did or not, if they ended up building on that concept. Or if it's a totally different story, different timeline, different world, whatever.
I don't know if it's the same place anymore.
But it's a cool concept. The graphics themselves, they're fine. They're nothing to write home about. Pretty standard. I don't know when exactly this game came out. I think it's pretty new though, relatively. At least the last few years. I would think. I'm not sure, but the graphics are solid enough. So that helps kind of tell the visual story of the world. But with the map, how you don't have that like sense of despair that you get with other games that are just like barren and brown and lifeless. You feel, and especially with the wildlife in this game, there's life here. There's hope for a rebuilding. Something else to come after they go through this kind of hell and try to find their places in life and find a place to rebuild and start society again. So you have hope. This game feels hopeful as I'm playing it. We've been through some stuff, and spoiler warning. I'm going to talk about the story up to the point where I'm at in it. So if you don't know the storyline and you're going to eventually play it down the line, mute this section or pop off, whatever. I just got to the point where they had captured and essentially kill Thomas Rush. Which you saw coming a mile away. We'll get into that in a little bit. But, even with the bad things that are happening to this group, there's been a lot of good and a lot of victories, and as a player, I feel good about, this war with the Highwaymen. Because as you can see, I control, a good portion of the map. Now, there's a few up here. Now, there's some of these I had a couple... Yeah, I had those two, and I gave it back so I can farm it again, essentially, because I need fuel. I needed fuel. I got what I needed to get my prosperity upgraded to level 3 or whatever. So it's like, as the player, I feel like I'm getting over on the Highwaymen because I'm taking over their outposts. I'm controlling a large section of the map. I have, brought several people into the fold to do different things, through the storyline. I got the doctor and the mechanic back, and, got Nana the sniper, who's an absolute beast. Nana's probably my favorite. So it's like, I'm getting all these wins stacked up. And it kind of, with the map, the brightness and the colors and everything gives you just a very good, hopeful feeling that things are going to work out because, just kind of the vibe you're getting. You're getting wins, some bad things are happening, but this is war. You're going to have setbacks, It started out bad, but look at where we came from, We got attacked and got our train derailed and all our supplies for the building up the defenses stolen. We've had to start from square one, but now we've upgraded our facilities and we've got specialists and experts in here to run things. So we're a net positive still. So this game is not like a some games you just feel like Last of Us, the first one, it was, you had hope, but it was just like every time you turn around, you're just getting beaten down in that game. So it wasn't quite the same sort of feeling throughout that game. You were desperate, and then the ending, obviously, I'm talking the first Last of Us, the ending, even if you wanted that essential outcome, you didn't feel good about how you got it. Even if you wanted Ellie and Joel to walk off into the sunset together, you did not like how that was accomplished. You couldn't feel good about it. You couldn't feel like, yes, happy ending. I mean, it was, but it wasn't. It was. You know, there's just very little hope, and you knew, it was going to be a strained relationship. I mean, relationships built on lies are, not strong at its foundation. So, you knew it was not a good ending. That game did not give you a lot of hope throughout it, and it definitely didn't give you hope of happy outcomes by the end of it. This game, I don't know what the ending's going to be. It can throw me for a loop, and, I could feel desperate and like it's never going to work out or whatever, but the way this game's going, how the world's presented to me, I'd have to say this is, I'm hopeful of a happy ending here. There's a lot going on, isn't there? What's going on? I'm getting overran here. Let's take care of some business here real quick. I like sitting around this outpost. And that's the other thing. The way the enemy encounters and everything works, it feels, very like Grand Theft Auto-ish, or just how they spawn and they're at random. They're not set up in positions. There's certain positions that they're always going to be, but they respawn, regularly. So you can constantly just mess around and fight these guys, and just have fun. Kind of just like in Grand Theft Auto, you just go out and, do whatever. Kind of like a, oh god, what's the, Ghost Recon Wildlands? Kind of like that. How there's, you can just go stomping around that map, just running into enemies to fight, and, so when you don't want to just necessarily just plow through objectives and, you just want to mess around, try out some new weapons, try out different weapon combinations, just go out and get into random encounters. So I like hanging out. This is the Chop Shop. Yeah, this is the Chop Shop. I like hanging out around this one. I haven't tried the other ones. Maybe it's the same thing at all of these. Yeah, maybe it's the same at all of these outposts, but this one seems to get a lot of just random activity and a lot of highwaymen that just drive in packs by. So you're constantly feels like you're fighting to maintain control of this outpost. Like this is a hotly contested outpost in this, war that's going on between these two groups of people. So, I like things like that, It's like sometimes, when I play a game, my goal isn't to just plow through objectives, and, I want to take the game in, and I like enjoying the game, and I like just stress-free, just not messing around, I'm not trying to get to at the end of a level, I'm not trying to, to do a timed event or anything like that, you just do whatever and it doesn't matter, So if I go out here and mess around and get myself in trouble and end up getting killed, I didn't lose any progress in the story. I didn't, I don't have to worry about it. And then it allows you to try different things. If there's, progress on the line, let's say it's like a Final Fantasy VII style of save system, where if you die and you haven't saved, you'll lose all that progress, You lose progress in the story and into the objectives. And, this one, if I'm out there messing around, I can, so let me back up, like a Final Fantasy VII style. And I mean like the first one, not the remake, because I believe you can save any time in that one pretty much. And then there's a lot of auto saving and stuff like that just wasn't in the original. Sorry. Sorry. Hold on. Man. So you had a lot to lose. You had to go into every battle, top of the line with your weapons, your spells. There was no room to really mess around once you were out into the world and ooh. but then you're risking AP growth, a lot of different things, so, I guess that isn't probably the best example, because once you are out into the world with the PHS system, you can save it at any time. But still, I mean, you get what I'm saying. Like, you're actually making progress, and you have that on the line. You're going to want to use your best equipment all the time. Since I'm just messing around here, I can grab any combination of weapons I want. It doesn't matter. I could try out new things, and it's not going to really hurt me too much. You die, you respawn. I don't know if you end up losing whatever you gathered for the last couple of minutes or whatever. It's just like the resources aren't a big deal in this game anyway. There's plenty of everything that you need. Besides, maybe gas maybe gets a little tricky. I feel like maybe it's going to when everything starts costing 500 at a time, especially as I see outposts and opportunities going off the board. I'm realizing that I'm going to have to do like raise the difficulty on them and retake all those again, which I don't know if I care for that mechanic. I mean, I like the option, but if the game's going to end up forcing me to do that in order to, that's not part of the conversation that we're having, but it's just kind of like a side thought as I was saying it. But you get to try different things, different weapon combinations that you normally wouldn't try in like games like this, where you can just mess around, like in Grand Theft Auto, in Red Dead Redemption, in Ghost Recon Wildlands, stuff like that, where there's nothing really on the line to keep you from making sure that you're on the top of your game. Let's just say. Let's see. Just do a little ammo. Then that's. We have a bunch of trades. Let's trade. See, you get. Supplies aren't a problem, in this game, so it's not a big deal to lose. In a game like
I hope that's what you need.
Fallout, even though you could save whenever. You can end up losing a nice chunk of inventory if you forget to hit the quick save every now and again. And some of that stuff, you just go back and get it most of the time. But if you're getting drops off of people, you got some good meds that are kind of rare, then you can end up hurting you there. So even though Fallout, you can pretty much save whenever. It kind of works like this. You can just kind of go out and find random battles, and you even have a little bit to lose. Then you don't want to even lose. Sometimes you don't want to lose too much. There becomes a point in Fallout where you have so much of everything, though, it doesn't even matter anymore. So it's kind of similar to this, because I guess at 2/3 of the way through the game, or 3/4, or wherever I'm at, it's only natural that I would have so much of everything that it didn't even matter anymore. So I guess I can't really use that as a gripe against it. And that's a problem with pretty much every game like this. Let's see. What can we do here? Let's go do this. Let's see. A little fast travel there. I tried doing this earlier, and I didn't have the proper perks unlocked, and there's just no way I could finish that mission. Especially with my lack of melee experience at that time. I've gotten better now, and I've opened some things up, which should make this mission easier to do. Just run there. Get there quick. Yeah, anyway, as far as this game, like I said, I want to do like a full review, so I don't want to like give everything away. But if I had to judge the series on this game, I would say it's a solid game. Storyline is not amazing. It's not bad. It is what it is. The acting's good in it. The voice actors, I think, are really good. Believable. There's nothing that's just like real cringe-worthy. So like I can believe their responses and their level of emotion that they show at certain support. Where's the supply drop? It's coming. I'll have time to do supply drop, and I'm gonna have to get off here in a little bit. But anyway, this game, like I said, it reminds me of Fallout. Just how everything works. Even if you took out the
There's party, Patrick. Watch it. I'll teach him a thing or two.
Yeah.
Hoodlums in the dirt.
Even if you take out the apocalyptic aspect and the post-nuclear kind of deal that's going on here, the world reminds me, of Fallout. The game mechanics aren't necessarily the same. It doesn't feel the same playing that, but just like the whole premise, how other separate factions, and it's kind of like almost like a Fallout Light, where you don't have so many factions. You have one. You basically have the Raiders of Fallout. Okay, and or the Fiends, like New Vegas. You have the Raiders, and basically that's the main big bad. Instead of having the Raiders as the essentially red shirt group that are just there for the killing, you've made them the main villain, essentially, and you don't really have other groups. Maybe in the other ones you do have different choices. There's maybe different factions. I don't know. But like this game kind of feels like a Fallout Light to me. Probably Fallout 4's voice acting, I think, was pretty good. This is on par. This is better than like Fallout 3 and Fallout New Vegas voice acting. I hate to compare it to that game, but to me, this is very close to that game. I mean, you could swap the titles on these, and yes, Far Cry fans, like Far Cry super fans and Fallout super fans are going to know, hey, this is not a Fallout, or this is not a Far Cry. But I was going to say, like, the general gamer, if you put Fallout on this, wouldn't know that it's Far Cry. So vice versa. Like I said, your dedicated fan base on either side is going to know right away. But I mean, the way everything, the world, how you interact with it, it's all very similar. This is a less sophisticated inventory system, less sophisticated faction system, I should say, I guess, or everything just seems like Fallout kind of streamlined and repackaged into a different game. doesn't mean it's good, doesn't mean it's bad. You know, like I still want to score this game on its merit, individual merits, just as its own game. You know, I don't want to talk about, you know, when I go sit down to do the review, but this is just, you know, to get my thoughts out there on this. So it's like, you know, and this is the thing I want to. This is sorry, I'm starting to lose my train of thought here. You know, let's take a couple-minute break before I start this. Let's take a couple-minute break. Let me get some water. You know, refill my coffee here. Be right back. Alright. We are back. I'm not sure how much longer I'm going to end up doing this. I might have to stop abruptly, kind of midstream. I'm not sure how this is going to work out. I'm going to try to get this mission done here.
You got a chip on your shoulder the size of Texas, I can tell. I think we got some twins in common, right?
If I can do it, great. If not...
I'm like the right-hand man, pretty much.
Okay, oh well, what are you going to do?
We owe each other every now and then. You know, it's friendly.
Anyway, you know, so far this is a solid game. You know, and I'm enjoying it to an extent.
Here's a skinny.
I want to give the story a full chance to play out before I really judge it. Gameplay wise, this game's fine. It's you know, pretty standard first person shooter. As I'm finding out, there's kind of some abilities that you get later in the game to help you out. So. Okay. Where'd that go? Okay. No, I have to do this. Okay.
Hell yeah!
I want to give the story a chance to play out because, you know, so far the story it kind of has been going along, and you know, there's nothing unexpected going on in the story. Nothing that wasn't, you know, heavily foreshadowed. So you know, it is what it is right now. So gameplay, like I said, it is solid. It's a pretty standard first-person shooter. You know, the game runs good. There hasn't really been any. Haven't seen or felt any glitches or, you know, not that I can remember. Trying to think back. Nah, I don't think I've ran into any glitches yet at this point. You know, but to me, games are so much more than gameplay and graphics. I mean, gameplay is important. It's probably number 2. Sometimes number 1, depending on the type of game. Storyline to me, though, is way more important than graphics, and sometimes more important than gameplay. Like I said, it depends. Those two can be interchangeable. It just depends. Yeah. All right. Come on. Follow you.
I'm itching to swing this bat. I've been craving that teeth-breaking crunch. Gotta go right for the.
You know, ever since I played Final Fantasy VII. You know, I realized when I played that game back in, '97, how important storyline can be to a game, because that was the first game that I can really think of that had a, I guess, Resident Evil. I think did I play Resident Evil before Final Fantasy VII? I'm not sure. I'd have to check when those came out. But, you know, those were the first couple of games that I played that really had deep, you know, storylines that you were figuring out as you played it. Zelda, you know, kind of had storyline. Like, some of the Nintendo games had, like, storyline, but, you know, not as deep and as rich as, I guess, Final Fantasy on Nintendo. But as a kid, I could hardly play that game. I couldn't play that game until I was, you know, a bit older. That I actually understood how, you know, I can hardly read, and I'm trying to play Final Fantasy, you know, a typical Japanese style RPG, turn-based. You know, it just wasn't going to work. So I couldn't play that until my almost probably teenage years. So, you know, like, storyline can make or break a game. You know, you can make it as fancy, as graphical as you want, you know. And there's only so much appeal to those style games. Depending on the genre. Some games don't even have storylines, and they're fantastic. let's see if we can do this. So, like I said, right now, before I judge this game fully, but like, you know, gameplay-wise, graphic-wise, it's solid or good. Even the driving in this game's kind of cool too. I like that. I like how, you know, how independent the head is, so you can really look into your turns and stuff like that. But I just wish you can also go third person too. That's big. Like, this game to me would be a lot better if you can pop out of this first person view. Oh, Christ! I didn't see you coming. Can you use your takedown in this? I remember this one last time. I just kind of sat back, let the dogs do their thing, staying away from the med kits. You know, so far my favorite mission in this game was defending, oh, what's the name of your home base? Can't think now, trying to fend off dogs. There you go. Have that. Have that. And switch. This one was kind of tough last time, the steel pipes. Come on, come get it. Waste my med kits here. Come on, health. Oh shit, I'm gonna have to. Damn it. Okay. Damn. Oh, no good. No bueno. Damn. Okay. Prosperity. Yes. My favorite mission was defending Prosperity from the Highwaymen. That was pretty cool. I like missions like that, especially when you kind of see the aftermath and, you know, kind of makes it nice. Makes it more real to see that you guys took losses and it was actually. It wasn't a positive for any involved. Right in the head. I want to use this med kit. Come on. I could just get through that. You know how important it is. Come on. Is there any other med kits? There's another one around here. I was not paying attention when they came up behind me. That hurt. Damn. I blew through this section the first time through. Okay, let's go. Come on. Come on. Oh, I should have just used it. Damn. Alright. I think I'm going to call it there. But yeah, we're going to come out with an official review of this game as soon as I finish it, you know. Shouldn't be too much longer, maybe a week or two. My schedule the way it is. But other than that, you know, right now, I'm having fun with it. Not sure where it ranks in the series as far as quality, but yeah, we'll come out with a full review and we'll discuss it a lot more at that point. So that'll be it for today. Thanks for watching, guys. Take care. Nells&SonsGaming is out.